Yay?
That's the rumor.
With who? Who are we living with? What's that? Who? What?
Whoever's here.
Yeah, fair. Welcome, welcome. Gosh, what a dramatic last thumbnail with what's his name? Patrick Locutus. Oh, the drama. We are back. Hope everyone had a really good weekend doing things and bobs. You were at a convention. Or, yeah, well, I mean, a Comic-Con's a convention. Just, yeah, how was your weekend of things and bobs and etc.?
It was good. Perfect.
There wasn't any Trek celebrities. Were there any, like, other celebrities that you saw? It was like, whoa.
No, none that I was impressed by. It was a TMNT kind of convention. There's Kevin Eastman was there, and the guy that played Shredder, and some other TMNT people. But yeah,
I mean, they've got to can't always be Trek, I guess. Once you go to Vegas, and it should always be Trek. And everything else.
Exactly. Anyway, there'll be a video up on Friday on my personal channel. So.
Excellent. And I'll start sharing.
All right, please do. And I'll tell you guys to hit the like button. 11 people here, 6 likes. That's awesome. Also, super chat in with your favorite ships, and we will add them to our sci-fi list of ships. This is part 2. We did part 1 before we went to Vegas. Got quite a few good ships on the list. Quite a few more that were not even mentioned. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to try not to Star Trek ships, because then everybody would just start throwing in Star Trek ships and be very Star Trek centric. We don't want that. We want to do all other sci-fi right now. That's why it's just sci-fi ships, right? I know Star Trek is sci-fi, but regardless, those are the rules. So hit the like button. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, and that you check out the join option down below. You can join the channel or head on over to Patreon/Trekyards. It's another way to help us out. We really appreciate that. And we look forward to you guys having your name in the credits and all that cool stuff that comes along with that. Also, there are links down below to the Teespring and TeePublic stores. Really great Trekyards merch there. And hopefully more on the way soon. So check that out and see what the options are that you might be interested in. And yeah, hopefully we have a good discussion today. This is a discussion with all of you guys for a community list, essentially, of sci-fi ships. And if you don't agree with this selection, or you don't agree where we put it on the tiered list, you can move it up and down one ranking with a $5 super chat. If you want to move it more than that, you can, of course. $5 was one tier, so you can bump it right up if you really choose to. So there are options for that.
Passion, yes. Stuart. What passion you'll have.
Exactly.
I also want to ask you briefly, Stuart, have you seen the Alien film, and are you going to see the new Alien film?
I'll see it when it comes to streaming services.
Okay. Yes, I put my $10 into it yesterday. It's like one of the last 3 or 4 days it's in cinemas. I've been trying to see it, but you know, you really got to book away time because you also got to get to the cinema and stuff. It's not quite as simple as go to the cinema. So I enjoyed it.
Good.
I have many things to say if and when we discuss it in some way. So,
cool.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, get your suggestions geared up in your head. Let's get these super chats flowing and see what you guys want to look at. Yeah, 15 of you here and only 7 likes. Hit the like button, guys. Let's try to get to 10 at least. We can do it. Hit the like button. We appreciate you guys.
We should have hundreds of likes, really. Alright, so why don't you pick from our pool we've already got, Stuart? I will get all the suggestions, all the submissions up in the thing while we look at another one. Give you all a second to include.
Well, let's see. What should I pull in here? Gotta do some adjusting because these are all set for tiled, which means I gotta change them a bit so that we can see the ship. So first off, I'm going to bring in the X-Wing because the X-Wing is just cool. I am a huge fan of the X-Wing. It looks super maneuverable. I love the variable wing geometry, very much like an F-14 Tomcat, but different. Lock your airfoils in attack position. Also love the astromech droid slot, and these are just cool looking. I would love to see one like shined up, all brand new, but they all look all beat up and old, and that's fine. It's kind of the point, I guess. But and I do like the original X-Wing way more than Poe Dameron's, kind of like the next generation of X-Wing. Yeah, they can do atmospheric flight, they can do space, they do have hyperdrive. There's quite a bit going on with this thing for just a single person fighter, essentially, and I think they're really super cool. I've always been a fan. I got one over there, and yeah, they definitely have a cool aesthetic for sure. So
obviously iconic for a reason.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite light up.
Still on the thumbnail.
I know.
Oh.
So, I was getting the other things that lined up. Yes, obviously iconic for a reason. It is a classic. It's almost, now having done more of these with you, etc., it's almost too much like a fighter jet, in the sense that the logic is so prescient in that, yeah, these are the elements of a fighter jet. Get it? It's like, yeah, I do. With a bit of space on top, right? It's not a complaint, it's just, it's so like, yeah, it's a space fighter. It's almost like a default, right? Where the Viper pulls away from and gives her tiny wings and such. It feels not like we're used to in terms of, this feels more appropriate. And you've got the cross combination of the sleek forward beak area, which is pretty curved and sleek, and then the literal greebly engines from some kind of, I'm sure that's found pieces from some actual thing. It's like a 1930s whatever, right? It's like this. I mean, why they have your jet intake engines? You know, it's both so rustic and yet so technical. So that's what Star Wars is, right? It's a dichotomy of both. They have holograms and yet they have only green coloured text, right? But yeah, it's iconic. It's almost too simple in a sense, but that's part of the joy. It's a simply stripped down fighter, with the X being the win. Because if it was just this, it'd be good, right? But when it X-wings, then it becomes super unique in proportion and flow, and it's shockingly turny and aggressive, and yeah. So where do you want to place it, Stuart, my man? What are you thinking in terms of design?
I want to say at least an A tier, just because of its iconicness. But I'm trying to see what else is in there, and unfortunately, for me to be able to do anything on my end, I have to have it like zoomed way the hell out, so it's hard to see. All right, let's zoom in and see. It's way cooler than anything in F, that's for sure.
I would agree, and more sci-fi as well, which was a big contender of what that was there.
Looking at what else is here, I'd say probably put it in B tier. It's way cooler than a puddle jumper, but that's fine. Puddle jumper got A for some reason. Anyway, yeah.
See, I'd be fine to give this a solid S, because I think its simplicity of shape and aesthetic. Sometimes clean lines can be other lines. And I think, as I said, as a symbolically just future fighter, it wins. And I don't think there's really much wrong with it, you know?
All you did was complain that it's just a modern day jet and it's got air intakes and it shouldn't, and and you want to put it in a S? Okay.
And those weren't complaints, they were design notes.
What should take away from its spaceshipiness?
Yeah, but they fit in with the Star Wars aesthetic.
Okay.
Right? I mean, it's a product of where it is, and the fact that, like I said, it combines the aesthetic so well into its unique thing that has both is very interesting, yet being so simple as well. It's not just greebly filled, even though it's greebly. Yeah, I think actually as a designer, it is. You know, they knew they were onto a winner. In the X formation, at least, that gives it the extra oomph. Because how many other X-based?
The extra oomph.
Yeah, because how many other fighters have that quad wing style? I feel like almost any other fighter if they did that, you say, oh, you're trying to X-Wing. They've kind of capitalised on that one style, and you can't really do it again. Yeah. And that's sad for everyone else, but at the same time, that shows how iconic it is. So, yeah.
Fair. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. Tab Extra throws in 50 krona. The Leandra from Babylon 5, The Legend of the Rangers, the only starship where you could round kick another ship. Is that this one there at the top?
Yeah, this is from the spin-off movie that had Drakkar. That did not go anywhere. It's a cross Minbari and human ship that's state-of-the-art, very advanced, kind of best of both worlds-ish. But maybe not quite the best design. What do you think, Stuart?
Well, I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to say I don't really like the way it looks. It looks again like a. Is it a super small fighter?
No, it's let's say Millennium Falcon's ish sized, so it has a decent. You could walk around it as sets happily.
Okay.
Probably about 3 decks. Yeah, it's small, mid-sized. Yeah. I find it odd this is a brand new TV movie and this is not a particularly high fidelity model for the hero ship.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look great, but of course back in those days you can have artists that go the extra mile, and those that just do to the letter of the degree they have to do. And a lot of the later Babylon 5 stuff, it was just the company just did it based on, well, this is what we have to do. Earlier on, they're like, well, we want to do this, we want to go further, right? That's why a lot of the older models look nicer and they diminish later on. This to me speaks of, yes, a design, but it's certainly not that well done. I mean, it's not particularly in a good lighting situation either on a planet, but this is the best way of seeing the design. But you compare this to the White Star, made years earlier, which looks better in every single way possible. Even just the texturing and the build is better, and that was a older ship. I mean, it's okay, right? It's not as creatively inspired as a dozen other Babylon 5 ships. It's a solid fine, right? And where does a solid fine? At least my opinion, it's a solid fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I question the scale just because there are no windows, which definitely does help with scale. But the landing struts, I was like, is this a single? Yeah, so.
And actually, there's no visible details at all. Really? I mean, it's just hull and shape.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Where do you think we should place it compared to the other ships?
It doesn't deserve anything higher than a C.
Okay.
And the question is mediocrity below C or does it hit C? Because like things like the Rasciante is certainly more interesting, but that's not because this is bad. It's just not interesting. So that's the line of you know.
I say put it at D. Because, I don't know, if it had something extra that kind of made it pop, that would be great. But I think D for now is fair. And
well, it's certainly straddling the line, fair to say.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You can definitely tell it was part of like the White Star's livery because of the shape of those winglets at the back. So
just doing a poll for you all finer people.
Yes, polls are nice. All right, put it at D for now. We'll see about moving that up at some point, maybe. But all right, what are you guys saying? Dan throws in $2. Strange New Worlds Republic Valor class cruiser, or Valor class cruiser. And that's this one, I assume.
The Star Wars one.
This is pretty cool, actually. I kind of love that it's. I love the engine placement, like just a big section at the bottom just being engines is very cool, and the color scheme's kind of neat too. Is this? It seems like one of those they're in the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. They look like the cargo ships, the ones that have like the round part at the top and
yeah. Oh gosh, what are they called?
Yeah, I don't.
Ooh, R70.
Don't know. Is it? But it looks like the same. Like people constructed both, because it seems almost unfinished. It's like parts aren't covered that should be covered. You know what I mean? But it kind of gives it really cool dimensionality. I like it.
Now, would you say it was Star Wars if you weren't told?
No, because I saw it on the side there, and I'm like, "What's that from?" And then, but now, I mean, even the engine setup, like the one I just mentioned, that cargo ship, has that same kind of configuration, but it's at the back of the ship, and the same type of exhaust. Anyway, I think it's kind of cool, honestly. Not sure what it's capable of necessarily, but
Boy, why am I struggling to find the name of this craft? I said Star Wars Empire Strike Back ships. It's like there's only so many ships in the goddamn. Oh, there's a picture of it. Okay, what is it? What is it called?
I don't know.
It's a Rebel transport.
Cool.
It's a 13 GR75 medium transport. Well, yeah, it's a Rebel bloody transport. That's amazing.
I kind of like the uniqueness of this one. So,
well, it shouts game ship with just something about its aesthetic. This wouldn't be made for the movies. It's just the wrong sort of style. Maybe as like a Mandalorian background ship, like next to a planet, like background. But like I don't think this would be a main thing. Oh no, it's okay. I definitely see it. What I see it as is like a construction ship with some armor, but all those open bits are where ships dock and undock, and maybe there's like they could ring back up some hull to cover it. And that's why it's kind of like almost like an aircraft carrier, but outside the water. That's kind of, I mean, I don't think that's the case, but that's what I read from it. Honestly, I'd say C. I mean, it's fine. I think I like the bottom engine configuration, but it hasn't really got any pizzazz factor for me. Although the red's nice. But yeah, I'd say a gentle C.
yeah, I was kind of thinking C as well, so that's good. We reach. All right.
And there's a poll as well, Stuart, if you want to...
There's a poll. Away. Who has the sexiest sleek ship designs? That criteria specifically. Star Wars, Rebel Faction, Stargate, Lantine, Ancient, Babylon 5, Minbari, and Battlestar Galactica, Colonial. No votes.
4 very distinct factions there.
I would say so.
Do you have any initial ranking of that if you had to rank? Because it's a big old broad thing. If you had to.
Probably Battlestar Galactica.
I mean, if you had to rank them though, 1 to 4.
Oh. Well, maybe Babylon 5, Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, and then Stargate.
Oh. That's
okay. Right.
I think for me, I would probably say Minbari, Battlestar, Lantian, then Rebel. Because the Pearl Jumper is sleeker than like an X-Wing. To me, anyway. It's a sleeker box than a pointy thing with wings. I don't know. Like, what he's trying to do. Different sort of sleek. It's like a curved sleek. I don't know. That's just me.
We'll go vote, guys.
Yeah, I know. Or forever hold the peace.
Member for 55 months. Wow. At the rank of captain. Sir, another starship coming in. It's Pegasus. It's the Battlestar Pegasus.
Yeah, and Pegasus is already at a beautiful A from last time. So
in the A slot.
Pegasus, so. you will. I think that was a joke last time. It was like instant A, done. Yep, done. So.
Ray Rex, 5 pounds. Excalibur Crusade.
The other Babylon 5 spin-off, other ship. Definitely a much more famous ship. This one's way more famous. Well, there's the one thing about Babylon 5 I've not seen this movie. Because once I see this, I've seen everything, apart from the newest movie, which would be sad to me because, you know, I like having things I haven't seen.
I'm not sure the scale of this. I mean, it's pretty large. Yes.
Stuart, this is the ship that they fought in Star. Okay.
Canning. Yeah, I know.
So that size, that was accurate.
Yeah. I don't know. It's got a very simple configuration to it. I kind of like the three prongs at the back there, the 3 fins, but it's an interesting. I don't know. The front cutout part kind of. I wish that was not cut out like that. I wish it was more filled in. I think that'd be cool, but yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot going on with it, honestly. It's pretty simplistic as far as shapes go. So, but that works sometimes.
And that is part of Babylon 5's charm, right? They have so many very distinct, instant. Like you would not forget. You would not confuse this with anything else. This is what this is. You know it. You accept it. And as you remember from the movie, the 3 outer emitters charge up for a giant cannon, which is a fun visual. It makes sense. Yeah, for me, this is one that I only recently got to sort of appreciate more because I was asked to include it in the fan film Crisis on Infinite Excaliburs. It was included as one of the ships. And I knew it was a fan-ish favourite, at least for that fandom. I made sure to have an extra shot of it that I did extra. I was like, okay, guys, put this in somewhere because there's no shots of it. And it dwarfs a lot of other stuff, which is also why it's fun to see it in situ in the giant fleet, because obviously everything was to scale, which was a fun challenge. Yeah, I like it because it is very distinct. I understand it. It feels, once you know the scale, it feels like a capital ship. This giant, almost like, the other ship in Lost in Space when they find, that kind of the giant... It's not, but that's what I think when I think giant neck, you can kind of run down, it's bigger than that. This hulking giant cruiser that will pew you, and it's not going to take no for an answer. So I think, I mean, it's rather effective, and certainly compared to the other one, Babylon 5, this is substantially better, just style and substance. I want to give this a very positive B. I think it's distinct enough, and it's one of those simple, it is super unique in its own form. So I rather like it for its, like I said, gentle design logic.
Cool. Yeah. You said
B.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Good man.
No. I'd argue. All right. Next up, we've got Mark Lawrence. Woohoo! Member for 55 months at the rank of Federation Council. Everyone. Oh, what to suggest next? There's lots of possibilities. Olivia throws in $2. Blip-A from the book Half Mary.
Now, this might be her best option so far.
I don't know which one this is. This is the top one?
I'm moving them as we go, Stuart, so yes.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, well, there you go. That is a thing that exists.
I mean, solid S. I think you'll agree. I mean, it's definitely Nomad's cousin. It's like Nomad and the Preserve Obelisk had a baby.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I see that for sure.
So I mean, in that regard, as a Trek fan, should be an S. Olivia, give us a brief about this because you know why.
Well, there's no windows. There's no discernible details really. So I'm not sure the scale, which again maybe Olivia will fill us in, but.
Blip-A is the ship used by the Iridians to travel Tau Ceti. Oh my god, Khan. God, I didn't know Khans on the universes. In search of a cure for astrophage. The Blip-A is constructed mostly of Zenite and uses astrophage as fuel. It's 3 times longer than Hail Mary. So it's 139 meters. It's actually quite small. I'm assuming the rocket ship is a different ship next to it. I was assuming it's part of the same thing, like a chimney vibe. But yeah, I bet a modeler in the chat could build this in as long as it takes to explain the ship and send it to me. Like if Matt Borman's here or Nick's here, they could literally build it and send it to me But as soon as it is, they'd be able to finish it, right? And probably double the polygons too. Stuart, you know, I know you're a big fan of all things Olivia, so I'm gonna give you ultimate decision of where this goes. Just all the power is in your hands.
Wow, thank you. Wow, I'm so honored. My God. Yeah, that's pretty fair. I'm gonna give it an F. There's nothing to comment on, honestly. Like, there's nothing.
It's a series of concentric pyramids.
Yeah, no.
With sort of a, I mean, yeah, with sort of a camo pattern. Olivia, not one of your best curveballs.
It's just gonna encourage her.
Well, hey, we shocked her by having one of them be a high B. So you can win on the randomness of nostalgia things. You absolutely can.
Sure. All right, tab extra. Another 50 krona. Starfire from the TV movie Star Command, 1996. Okay. This looks like there's a smaller, nice, really sleek shuttle in there that they just threw some stuff on the back and the front. Because I kind of like the shuttle vibe going on, but the rest just kind of makes it look a little bit hideous. Can't say I've ever seen this, so.
It looks like a super low budget version of the Armageddon ships.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Just like $20 and 3 model kits, right? I mean, so, okay, if you didn't have the weird front thing, I'd be okay with it. Because actually, the shuttle design is not bad. I like the red rim. The back bit, I get the logic of it's an attached piece that's tech as needed. Why is the front bit there? That's what breaks the shapes to just like...
That's where the luggage gets stored.
Look, you might be right, okay? You might be very, very right.
I do love that shuttle design. Take all those extra pieces off.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's cool.
But that's not the design, though. The design has included all the things, and the all things aren't as strong as they could be. I mean, it's got to be a D, though, hasn't it? Because it feels exactly what it is. A miniature with some stuff attached to itself. It doesn't feel like what it's trying to do. It looks like what it's trying to do, but it feels like it. And you need to do both. But I mean, hey, take the shuttle. You could easily make that better in seconds by just taking off some stuff.
Yes. Ray Ricks, though, £5.
Ray!
The Triumvirate. Whatever. Heavy cruiser from Andromeda. Oh, this is cool. It's good. Yeah. Andromeda designs are interesting. I love their like organics, like stuff they got going on. This I like better than Andromeda.
Hey,
got a much cooler look.
That makes Andromeda fans very happy because you've poo-pooed a few things. So having a win, we'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, this is nice. I like the thinking outside the box a little bit with this because
there is no box.
When I decided, if I decided to just build a random sci-fi ship, I wouldn't be organic and curvy like this. I wouldn't think of doing that. So I love it. Yeah, I don't know what it's capable of, but hey.
I mean, cool. A decent amount. I remember it appears late in the show, and it is quite powerful. I think it's newer. I mean, Andromeda was stuck in a time hole for like 1,000 years or whatever, so anything is newer, but, it doesn't mean it's more advanced. Yeah, this for me, I mean, it's way more spindly than Andromeda. Like, this doesn't feel like a battleship. This feels like a mid-cruiser to me, right? How much more spindly it is. Like, it could obviously speak to its advancement, but it feels much more spindly. I don't know the scale because, of course, there are windows, probably, but also there are big blue things that also could be some window, like, up-looking. I don't quite know.
I get the vibe that this is bigger than Andromeda.
No, I know it isn't. I know it isn't for that. No, Andromeda is like 3 galaxy classes long. This is like half a galaxy, if not a galaxy, I believe.
Because I could see this scaled up to be like twice the size of Andromeda, like as a battleship or a dreadnought kind of vibe to it.
And if I recall
That's kind of what I thought when I first saw it. So,
if I recall from the episode, this is when like a fleet battle they needed some extra ships to kind of not pad's the wrong word, but add to the fleet. But there should be some information. Let me just give you the size. And there's some good views on this.
Ray Rick says it's huge. It's huge.
Let's have a look. There it is. Well, there's a shot of it near Andromeda. It's about 70% the size, which is still very big. That's like 2-ish galaxies big. So that's still, which is it doesn't. I mean, we just have different visions in our head. And that makes it feel less spindly, of course. But I guess this is probably a specialist slipstream craft because of the way that's fun. But it's nice. I mean, it's. I think this is a high B. I don't know if it quite gets to A. I think it could do some better scale reference potentially, but I think it deserves at least a high B because it works pretty well.
Yeah, it works for
me. Yeah. And Andromeda is such a unique wheel to work in that they do some very nice side ones. I really wish at some point we can look at them in a proper way, because there's a lot of interesting ships.
Okay, let's see what's next. Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. Lucy from Killjoys.
Never seen Killjoys. I almost did, and I didn't.
I saw a few episodes, and then I never really went back.
Can you remember why you didn't do more?
Nope, just it was for lack of interest. It just fell off my radar, as a lot of things do.
Fair.
Get busy, watch other shit, and forget about it. This is a great picture, by the way.
It's the only one that isn't a 3D print of it. I guess it's not shown much. Don't know.
I like it. I like the design. It's simple, yet it's elegant, and it almost feels like it's not finished because of the front of those engines. Just feels like they're missing like a cap or something, Star Collector cap. But yeah, I really like the look of this image. I don't know what it looks like from the top or bottom necessarily, which might change it a bit for me. But honestly, this looks really great. And it looks like a smaller, maybe 6-person kind of...
Yeah, runabout, but longer.
Yeah. It doesn't feel very large. I don't remember it from the show specifically, so...
Probably a one-off that came into play.
Yeah, but I do like the look of it. I like the design and the hull texturing. Like the blue coloring, I mean.
Good renders help.
Yeah.
For ships got good update rendering. But speaking of, guys, put in some like Marvel or DC or like, some modern stuff. Just saying. Some cool designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right reason I said that. This for me feels like a Wakanda craft. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Not necessarily the colour, but obviously it's being influenced by other colour. But yeah, it is hyper simple, but they've got a lot of little details that make it work. Something as simple as having the pylons have a really nice little curve like an arm. It's gentle, but it's organic, and that curvy gives it a nice oomph. The nacelles are fun. They are just tubes, but they're detailed tubes with a nice balance, almost like a lightsaber. And the cockpit area, I like the amount of windows, and yeah, it's nice. I would still give it a high B though, because again, this is not like I'll forget it since I've seen it, but I like it when I'm seeing it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And Ray Rex says it has a crew of 4, so.
Okay, well, I mean, technically a runabout's the same.
All right, let's throw that in B as well. B is going to be a popular tier, I think.
Yeah, I mean, B is we rather like it, but it hasn't escalated to legendary. And you guys are deciding. I mean, you could sort of stack the deck and give us some A's.
A.
I mean, the Fonz could also appear. Has the Fonz got a spaceship? If not, well, we haven't. So.
Dan Ben, 2 pounds. Search YouTube for Roger Tricks Jeff Fisher American Dad.
Yes, this is the American Dad. Have you seen this episode?
No, I don't think so.
So this is a pretty famous episode because this finishes off a subplot with Jeff, who's been kidnapped for years, or either starts being, well, there's both. He starts as being kidnapped, but they go on Roger's planet's one of their ships. It's like a giant mall. So this is actually a giant like space cruiser with loads of shops and loads of things and people having fun. And so every character is a Roger, but obviously not Roger. And it's super fun because they fully commit to it for the entire episode. And then the end is a giant as well, for at least the payoff. So it's a pretty substantial thing. in terms of American Dad. What do you think, Stuart, of this hyper advanced flying saucer thing?
Reminds me of a Steven Spielberg movie. It's like Close Encounters and E.T.'s ship had a baby, and this is it. E.T.'s ship was kind of just a ball that could like land, and the Close Encounters ship had a lot of the glowy lights and the things sticking out. This seems like a version of that. So it's interesting. It's a typical spaceship, and I love the blue glow around it. So it's all right. It's cool.
That is exactly what I was thinking. This is absolutely a Close Encounters inspired, but with a bit of ET. It's exactly what... Yeah, and in fairness, the fact we both got that shows the success of that art design. While not being either, because it isn't. But that said, Stuart, it's boring.
Yes.
And that is a... I mean, I do remember the inside a bit, and there's a lot going on, but that's not necessarily what we're here to look at.
So, D for its success in invoking what it's supposed to invoke.
See, I was going to say C, but it's not interesting, but it's successful. But that's the thing, not like... Well, I mean, obviously, had we voted on the Winnebago as being a real design, it would not have got higher than D, right? Because it's still a... I get what it's doing, but it's not interesting. So yeah. I think that's... well, I'm sad to give him that. I think that's a very fair... Although I will say I prefer his Roger's actual spacecraft more. Which is fair because it's used in more. But if that comes up, I'm guessing that'll be higher. So yeah, is what I think it is. Good shout. I mean, I haven't seen this one in years. It's a great episode. Go watch it.
Olivia throws in $5 and says Blip from a book. The book Hail Mary. Corrected money amount. Sorry.
Thank you.
Blib.
That was the previous one.
Oh.
Yes. Right, next.
We already looked at it. Okay. Olivia, $5. Sam's Home Ship, Starship UK, Doctor Who.
Now, you must have seen this one because it was Matt Smith and you were a Matt Smith boy.
He had a ship called the Doctor Who.
Well, I didn't, but the ship was England. Is that one, Stuart? Doctor. Yeah, oh. This is when the planet was doomed or whatever, and all of England left on a ship.
As you would.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a novel concept, clearly. With, of course, spoilers for a 13-year-old episode. The only reason we were able to escape dying Earth was because we found a space whale and we managed to put it on its back. And then giant plot rolls around. Is that ethical to fly on a giant space whale?
No.
Well, watch the episode. Not a great episode. It is as dumb as it sounds. There is some clever visuals, but it's a dumb premise that is dumb going in, which means it's dumb going out. And they can only save that so much. But there is some good scenes, but there's some dumb scenes. But hey, I mean, this is them trying to do something really memorable, and it is cool, and it can survive in space, and it's where we all live. And what do you think of the design, Stuart?
It seems like not all of England. Seems like one city, maybe.
I assume it's London. Although if the scale's weird, though, the skyscrapers might be bigger than we think.
It'd have to be, yeah.
Well, if you cram people in together, you can fit a lot of people.
For creativity, this gets like an A. Yeah. But for...
Okay, do you want to give it the lowest C just for the epic flag?
Sure. Could give it an F for flag.
Oh, it's better than Winnebago.
Oh, it is, absolutely. Yes, 100%. So you said C?
Yeah. I mean, just because it's effectively what it's trying to do, and you've never seen it before, right? Like that sort of thing. So,
an interesting idea for sure.
Yeah, dumb episode.
I don't remember the episode, so it must have been great.
Yeah, it's like the Matt Smith. Yeah. Pretty early. It's one of those classic, like, we ended up somewhere. oh no, problem to solve, and you're like, great. As in, like, it's not the most interesting thing. Anyway, you can handle that.
Rayrix, $5.
Right.
Wrath of Achilles, Andromeda. Christopher Judge killing it as the ship's AI.
Yep, this is the even bigger, even badder boy. This is like the ultimate warship.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
The regular ones are just black, right? But this one's not. Is that what we're talking about?
I mean, yeah, this is a variant of a variant. I mean, there's it's subtly other different, but yeah, this is a. We have looked at this previously, but it's the biggest ship in the fleet by a substantial margin. So given those things are big, it's even bigger.
Yeah. Very living organism type vibe going on with it.
Oh, I'm wrong. It's not that big.
Oh.
I guess proportionately bigger. So its length is only 666 meters.
666.
Yeah. Huh. Ah.
Gotta give him credit for being original and thinking up of a ship design that, like I said, I normally
smaller.
wouldn't consider.
Jesus, that's the episode portrayed it, as in what I recall. Wow, it's actually less small, less big. Huh. You remind yourself that there's something every day. That's in the episode. Huh.
I kind of like the yellow lights. That's an interesting touch. I like that. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. It's an interesting design, though. I do like the idea behind these organic shapes in space, and we're seeing a lot more of that in a lot of different things. So, Orville's comes to mind. Orville has the organic shape as well. So, yeah, this is very cool. I don't know where I would put it though. Because there's it's an important ship, I guess. Is it? I don't know.
Well, it ends up being like a statement ship. So when it first appears, it's like, wow, you found the most advanced thing. I think before the Commonwealth fell, this is the last ship designed. And then they find it, it's like, oh my god, we found, in theory, this one ship could help win a war. And then it's brought back, I believe, twice as like we brought the thing back because it's going that bad, we have to bring the one ship back. So it's, and it fires a lot of pew-pews, etc.
Mm.
I mean, I like it. I think every single one they've done in the show is distinct. I guess a gentle B.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so let's get that out of there and give you B. B for... I don't know. I can't think of anything clever. All right, next up. Mark Lawrence, $5. Centuri's star car from the last Starfighter. Ah, yes. Centuri. This is just a cool car concept. I love it. But the wings, or the jets come out the back, the wheels cover up, and it becomes a spaceship, a shuttle, if you will. It's very cool. Very cool design. I do like the transforming aspect of it, and I just love the aerodynamics on it. It's very cool. Plus, Centauri is cool. You can't get over how cool that character is. So
He is trying to be suave.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really does just feel like a car from the time. Because they totally could have made that. I mean, obviously they did make it, but like, as a genuine haha. I need to see it in the flight configuration.
It's not much different at all.
No, I think you just have. Oh, the back things go down, don't they? I believe in engines.
I don't think they go down necessarily,
I think
but
that's
they do convert.
I think there's some articulation to it. Would be helpful if there's a single frame of that. Ah, okay. The back thing opens and there's two engines in the. Okay.
Yeah, I think it like folds down and there's like two engines in it.
That's such a tricky one because it is just.
Oh, it folds open like that. Okay.
So it's just a space car, but if that's what it's trying to do, it does it successfully. If I was doing this, I think one of the change I would make would be to have the tires either fold in on themselves, or like morph into a flat half tire and an engine be there with like special tech, so that it had no. Oh, is that implying it does do that? And I'm just making stuff up.
The wheels do tuck in.
Oh, there you
They,
go.
they rotate. Yeah.
Well, there you go. The one thing I would do, it didn't do. I just didn't remember.
Yeah, there is a better picture of it in configuration there.
Yeah, that's a fan render.
It's very Star Trek shuttle-y.
Well, that's just so funny. I guess what you could do. Because it's logic. Oh, I mean, I would still only say a C, though, because it's under-designed.
It was also in Back to the Future.
Haha.
Back to the Future 2. Anyway.
Why am I not surprised? I'd say C. It's still not very interesting, but it's not bad. But it does what it does well, just doesn't do much.
Yes.
That's Right. But it is a ship, unlike the Winnebago, which is a thing that you're looking at on the screen.
All right. Come on, there we go.
I mean, good shout, though. I would not have thought of that. You know, last Starfighter, you think of the last Starfighter ship, and nope, we're going to look at the car. It's like, okay. Cool.
Olivia, $5. Hermes, the Martian.
It's our first of this kind of ship for this live, because we'll do like the NASA-style long fly things ones. Technical term, I know.
It's all right. It's very, very real world, because this is exactly what they would build. This is based on how NASA would approach this. So solar panels, rotating area for gravity, and then the other pods and stuff that have no gravity. It's fine. I like it. It's great. If it gets us to Mars, cool.
So this one intrigues me. I love the movie. I think it's a really, really good movie in pretty much every degree. I think it's a really, really good movie. This, to me, I mean, it's beautiful rendering, right, by itself. But I think it's a very nice looking version of this design. Something about the proportions, the amount of solar panel, and the colour, it feels aesthetically right. Versus other ones, which is just like a long NASA ship. This, to me, has a really nice balance to it that I don't often see. So I think this is probably, if not the best, one of the best of this style we've looked at. Personal preference, but I like this one probably the best that we've seen. Thoughts on the just aesthetic balance of it?
I honestly got nothing.
I would give this a B, because I think for what, like with the passengers version, for what this is, I think this is really nice. So that'd be my logic. I mean,
I'm not going to argue with that.
Throw us a better looking one, because there are many of this style, but
there's a bunch in For All Mankind that are similar.
Yeah, we looked at a couple last time, and we gave some low marks because it didn't inspire us, and that's a shame. Yeah, we want to be inspired.
All right, Benjamin Stone, £5. Spikes Swordfish II from Cowboy Bebop. Has a cool factor.
Yeah, this is a classic. Bit no resolution. Like, I do apologize, but you get the picture.
Yeah, it feels like one of the bad guys ships from like Battle of the Planets or something like that. It's a very anime vibe to it. Obviously, Cowboy Bebop is, but it's very to the point. It looks aggressive.
Ha. Very pointed.
Fast. So yeah, it's a neat design. It looks like a brain in there in the dome. I don't know what it is.
That's the cockpit with a yellow light, because the pixels there's not enough to resolve it.
Anyway, yeah, cool. As far as fighter goes, it looks like it would be super maneuverable and quick. So yeah, it's got those points going for it.
Yeah, I like it. It's distinct. It's interesting. It's pretty good. I mean, it is almost too pointy. But it is, of course, that's the point. I don't know. I'm guessing the bottom thing is a cannon. I kind of want to know what the back piece is. if it's just tech with a red thing around it. So it almost feels like it's trailing an asteroid. It isn't, clearly, but just the way this picture looks, it kind of has that vibe.
It's a powerful engine.
Yeah, but it's so organically curved and such. I mean, I want to give it a B for style over substance, but it has a lot of style and it's quite cohesive. Yeah, do my.
I think that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you can only do so much with animation, as in physical detail, and it's like, yeah, you did. You know. Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. Kryptonian scout ship from Man of Steel.
Fine. I never think of those films and think spaceships.
Right?
But,
yeah,
I mean, they had them, so.
I'm not a fan of the Kryptonian aesthetic in those movies, though, honestly.
Yeah.
That being said, this is kind of neat, but there's not much going on, honestly. Like, again, no windows, no real detail. It's just... It looks like a beetle with its legs ripped off. Just the back shell of a beetle. But that's...
Clearly intentional. Yes.
Probably, yeah.
That is the vibe.
It's fine.
So my issue with this is that I've seen this design done better elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's plain, but to the point. Well, I don't know why the Kryptonians have such organic technology as their baseline. I guess it's featuring advanced, but I would never have thought... Like, there were crystals in the other film, which I suppose is sort of a similar logic of advanced but different. But organic is like, okay. And this looks like a baddie ship with its colouring and its styling. Just gives that vibe, and yet they're not. Well, I guess they are. It's Zods, but they're not innately bad. Right? I don't know. It reminds me a lot of the Halo capital ships, which for me are all done better. Across the board, this is a very plain version of this. I mean, uninspired is an understatement. But it's fine, right? But it's certainly not very interesting. I mean, yeah, just... Oh, again, we're on the line of, is it interesting enough to get more than not?
It's a D. I don't think it deserves the F treatment, but yeah. That's my take. It's a D.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's see, what else is in D? Is it cooler than Roger's ship?
Well, I think it's equally as uninteresting as the Babylon 5, with that being a smidge better.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think D is fine.
I mean, there's such a pantheon of amazing ships here, and that is not one of them. And so I feel like D's bad, they're just not good, or not successful. Yes, Benjamin, matte grey organic sci-fi shape is just forgettable. And like I said, Halo are interesting because they've got spires and organic and purple and giant hangers. Other layers to the simple fish aestheticness vibe thing, which still isn't a lot, but some.
Okay. Tab Extra throws in 50 krona. The Arc 1 from the Arc 2023. I was really surprised how much it looked like, how I like this series.
And that is already on the board at one of the things which we looked at last time. So I'm shifting the same areas. Unfortunately, it is there, and it is a D.
Oh,
We're so sorry. But that's what we voted.
That's right, we did look at that before.
But we love you, and if you want to make us raise it, that's up to you.
Oh, Dan Ben throws in 2 pounds. It says rocket from Wallace and Gromit, A Grand Day Out. Wow. Okay.
I assume you've seen Wallace and Gromit?
Yes.
I mean, it's not a bad looking rocket.
Looks like a bomb. Or just a kid's toy.
Well, I think it's a kid's toy version, but I was trying to find an overall shot. I just love this is built by them in like their attic or their barn, and like you can super see the scale. It's just all the every set of the bolts are where they put together 2 pieces of metal, so it's just only so many pieces of metal stitched together. It's the most basic thing. It's so relatably simple, and of course any man that loves cheese can build a rocket, luckily. So it worked.
It's a C. It's got that steampunk kind of vibe to it. Yeah.
I'm going to say it's a D just because it could be a C if it had more than one colour and like another layer of greebling to like give one other element to it. I think the design is fully passable, but if it had anything else going for it, it would be the C. But I think you can't give such a basic piece. As much as I love the movie or the short, I don't think you can give that higher than a D, just structurally.
D was my initial thought, but then I thought, no, you know what? Kind of like it, so I'm up with a C. So I'm fine with a D. Just go with my gut and not try to think my way out of things. But
yeah, like I say, even I want to just like go faster black stripes would be enough to raise it, just to give it extra bit of oomph. Hey guys, good suggestions so far, guys. You guys are really throwing some fun ones in. I mean, you always do, but you know.
Are they though?
Well, I'm having fun.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, I like being shown unique things from Olivia's childhood.
Olivia, $5. The Lexx from Lexx. Okay, for the 15th goddamn time, I'll look at the Lexx.
But this time I did orthos because we looked at it enough times. This time we have orthos.
It's Dragonfly with its wings ripped off.
Or testicles on the bottom left.
Or a guitar.
Or a guitar from the side.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Style points for using an organic shape, but it's literally just Dragonfly.
And also it's super improportioned. The fact that it's those other things more than a ship is a bad thing, of course. I don't. Yeah. What is the rationale of having the thin end bit and then the sharp bit at the end? Why is that? Why does it need to be there if the front is so tech heavy?
Maybe there is a reason.
I bet there is. I'm saying why. Honestly, even as big as it is, it's so dull to me. So I would say a D. Just because it doesn't work aesthetically for me. And that's personal preference, I understand, but that's just.
Again, I need to watch Lexx so I can understand. Maybe. I don't know. D is fine. Let's start filling up D. Jeez.
Ooh, an interesting one just came in. Oh. I gotta get good render. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. And only one S and no A's yet. And again, you guys can stack the deck if you want to.
Oh, but there will be another S because look, Olivia throws in $25. Blip-A goes to S tier in recognition of the best engineer in the galaxy, Rocky. He is part of a very social species that watches each other sleep. All his crew died in transit, leaving him alone.
Really? Rocky Balboa was in a space film? I thought it was a wrestler or a boxer. Huh.
We'll move that up there.
Well, thy super chats beeth the way. You with control. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we haven't Tab Extra. And I've been actually waiting for someone to suggest that for ages, so.
Dan Ben, £2. A silly one. New Planet Express ship, Futurama.
That's not silly at all.
The New Planet Express ship.
Which I googled and nothing came up, so.
Well, we already had it's on the other side over there.
Oh, yeah?
We already had it ready to go.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Good for me.
Planet Express ship. I love when it becomes a woman. It's got the red lipstick. But no, this is very typical 1950s sci-fi. You got the dome on top to really complete that aesthetic. Big fins, portholes from like a ship, like going back to more like that steampunky look. There's a lot going on here, plus the dark matter drive, and at that's actually it's variable pitch as well. That engine, it can move, so that's pretty cool. I mean, it's all right. It's definitely done some shit in its time. Yeah, it's a interesting, typical Buck Rogers type spaceship. I'll put it that way. So, yeah, I like it.
So of course I am adding what I know about it into the pot, which of course a lot of this stuff is. And this thing has done everything. It can do everything. It will continue to do everything. That's part of the joy of it. And I think this is one of those better than some of its parts because yes, in theory it's a really basic piece, but I love the colours. I love the window styling. I love the gun. I love all the little things add up really well to me to a cohesive piece that, you know, has so many iconic moments in television sci-fi history by itself, and it feels just nice to see it on screen as a home that we knew when we did our episode on it. You know, the scaling is horrendous. It shifts often, and that's a problem because it's a very, very defined size. Because you can absolutely see the window scaling, and there's you know the person's in the turret. You can scale it instantly, right? And yet, so for me, I want to give this a solid A because I think this is a better than some of its parts. As simple yet as dynamic as it can be, iconic class of ship.
Perfect. I was going to suggest B, but I mean A. You know, I can get behind that. I like it. I think
it's very effective.
Right beside Stargate Atlantis.
Yep, behind a city ship that can travel across the galaxy and is a post rocket. Yep. The mailman's rocket, right?
This is the way it happens on here.
And let's see how you guys are voting on the poll, because it's a good 51 votes. Do go vote now. Who has the sexiest and sleekest ship designs in that criterion specifically? Babylon 5 is currently winning. We're joined with Battlestar Galactica, 31% each. Okay. With the Stargate being third and the Star Wars Rebel faction being 18% at the lowest. So, basically what we were saying. Interesting. Cool. Right, I like it. Yeah, first of all, A's. If you got any more, you know, we know we're going to vote A for that. There's a couple.
Lodger course, $2. Shilpede SA-77 Starfighter.
Yes.
That's interesting. All right, I kind of like what's going on here. I love that it's got like almost like a modern military jet look to it with the fins, but yet not because of all the stuff attached to it. I think that's kind of cool. I love the shape of the cockpit and the canopy. It's very Gunstar, actually, the front part. I like it. I think it's interesting.
I mean, it's still a jet with a bit of extra stuff on it, though. It is not. We have looked at a couple where they do go beyond that. I think it's still like that other one in B that we can see next to the Ori ship. That's just a bit more interesting. This feels almost feels like the Starscream Transformers from the first batch of Michael Bay. Almost his jet. I can picture this transforming into Starscream really easily.
Well, he was an F-22, and that doesn't look anything like this. But I see why you say it. But.
Okay, cool. I guess that sleek or that sharp. But I would say D because it's barely a spacecraft. They've not added anything particularly that makes it spacecrafty, and that's certainly been a criterion in other things in D. But it's a nice enough jet. I guess you could argue F then if it's not enough spaceshipy. But I mean, the colour palette's nice, but it's just being NASA jet. What do you think, Stuart?
I'm just going to take a look and see what's in C because I kind of wanted to give it a C because I like the design.
I just wouldn't have ever guessed it was a spacecraft. I would have said it was a jet.
It's more of a spacecraft than Centuri's car.
Yeah.
I think it's seaworthy, personally.
Okay. Yeah,
we're really on this one. Sorry.
That's okay. We're allowed to do that occasionally, Stuart. Yeah, I'd probably put the same exact level as the other the 2001 ship in D. It's like exactly what it is, and just not trying to go too much further. But hey, you like it that much? There you go. Hey, no, stick with your guts, Stuart.
Okay. Oh, okay. Tab extra, 100 krona. Thank you. Did you do the Waverider from the Arrowverse?
We haven't, and there it is. Have you seen Legends of Tomorrow?
No, I have not. Oh, yes, I've seen a few episodes of Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah.
A lot of it is very good.
Okay, that's a ringing endorsement.
Well, I mean, a lot of Star Trek's not very good, right? So, you know, I think this is a really good design personally. It's a relatively small craft. If you look between those two rings of orange, that's a cockpit, and the middle window would be one person with a bit of extra space. So it's it's relatable sized. It's got a cloak. It's got laser beams of some kind, and all the flying orange details are all time drive tech that lets it go through a time wormhole.
Yeah,
It's fast, movable, and sleek.
I like it. I like the shapes. It speaks to me.
I'm assuming they're referencing Millennium Falcon with the front as pincers, because that kind of gives me like we're intentionally add a bit of the fun there. It's like a symmetrical Millennium Falcon in kind of the hot rodness of it. But it's not a warship, it is a time ship, therefore it doesn't need to have bristling weapons or even the greeblies, it just needs to go through time and have shields to do so. And cloak. Interiors are a bit set-y. They're not quite as spaceshipy as they could be.
I agree, yeah.
But also, it's not really a spaceship, it's a time ship. Like, they do, I think, 2 space missions ever. And it was kind of like, wow, we're going to space? It's like, yeah. Because that's the thing. You know, it is a time ship. You tell me your gut first, I'm interested. I do like it quite a bit.
I do too. I gotta look at what's in A and B. Ooh, oh.
Yeah, I have a gut reaction and a comparative.
I want to put it in A. I really do. But I'm having I have the feeling it's probably going to end up in B. I really like it though. I really like the design. So I don't know. What's your comparison?
So my gut is I like it as much as the Eagle from 2001 because it achieves what it's trying to do super well, but it's not necessarily going past that. As in, if this was more spaceship crafted, even to an episode of you, but it's I guess it's maybe a bit too busy to be A. Like it's not quite got the elegant simplicity or the overall beauty of an A, which the other ones roughly did have. But it's interesting you've said that. Now looking at B again with this as in mind, there might be a few in B I'm like, ooh, should that be a B still? Because this feels like a very, very high B, and some other B I'm like, is that still a B then? Because this kind of, if that makes sense.
Well, things in B like the Eagle are there for their iconicness.
Also,
taking it
structural soundness.
Yeah, it's taken into account, right, when we discuss these. So I'm more than happy with a B. I don't think there's anything that necessarily tips over the edge to A to me, except my personal preference, and I do like the way this looks.
Let's do I'd be okay with either. I think it's just under into a B. Put in the chat right now. Where would you place it, A or B? Let's see where the.
Yeah. And if you want to be the one that actually does decide it, you can super chat in any amount and say A or B.
Yes. You can even be annoying and do like a Russian amount at like hyper. 13 cents. Technically, that's okay. So do let us know. Yeah, because I'm intrigued. Because I just don't want to do it because it's that sleek. Yeah, tricky one. But can we also look at what else is in B? Because this is a very, very clear high B to me. And it makes me slightly wonder if we've been a bit too zealous in B. Like maybe we should hold B to a higher standard because A is iconic standard. Like the helicarrier, it was good for helicarrier, but does that really deserve to be a B along with other really cool designs? The helicarrier being the 5th from the left.
For me, this beats so many things in B, though.
That's what I mean. But it doesn't quite get to A. And like I say, it makes me think... Like, I like this about as much as the Lost in Spaceship. I think they're... In the same way, they're equally really interesting.
Uh-huh.
But that's definitely not an A. Oh, Dan says D. Jesus.
You got a B, a D, and a C. That's 2 B's so far. That's the winner. I think B is a safe bet for this one. And I guess we should maybe reconsider some of the other stuff in B. I don't know why the 6th one from the left in B is there.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the
Flash Gordon ship.
Because it's a very effective what it's trying to do, which is why I was like, yeah, that tops in, because that we made a lot less B's, clearly, right? Oh, I think B feels crowded. See, we do this, guys, so you don't have to. This is some real drama here. We're really thinking about it. Put it at B.
Welcome.
Put it at B, and we'll do a reshuffle in a couple. I think that needs to be done.
Didn't realize that ship looks so cool. I wouldn't mind a model of that, actually.
It's great, yeah. Yeah, they just went for a sleek hot rod, and it's great. So I wish it was a bit more of a spaceship vibe, but that's okay. It isn't really made for that.
Olivia, $5. Time to annoy the Magic School Bus. Season 2, Episode 11. Out of this world, the bus. Sam checks mod messages if you need help.
Well, the Ray Rick says... Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, I missed that a while ago. Sorry, Ray Ricks. Atlantis to S.
Well, and also the one above that there's 2.
You want a colored version of the Wallace and Gromit ship, the rocket from Tintin, Destination Moon. Nice.
Yes.
All right. Wow, am I missing someone? I'm just fucking tired. I'm not having a great day, so.
Oh, we love you, Stuart. Everyone in the chat.
I know. Of course you do.
He's the captain.
We'll pull in her magic. Whoa, you grabbed it from me. What the fuck?
Well, it's next to the rocket, but yes.
You want to do the rocket? What?
Yeah.
Is this the Ray Ricks one?
Yes.
Oh, this fucking thing. This is at like every goddamn model show I go to. Look, this red and white rocket. It's a fucking rocket.
That was worth it, Ray. That was worth it. That was right there. That's all you had to do.
It's fine. Fuck. I see it all the time. Every Wonderfest, there's at least one of these fucking things.
Have you been pull? Do you want to buy a rocket ship off me? You know, trying to scratch the itch of a rocket ship. Here you go. I got 10 in the back.
I do love that it goes the extra mile and not just have fins, but has like things on the fins. So I appreciate that. But I've seen this so much over the years that it's just like, oh yeah, there's another one. Move right past it. I don't even bother looking. So.
But in fairness, it is the other rocket, just the 2 colors. That said, I like
a lot slimmer.
Yeah, I like the character of the other one more. Because this to me,
the rivets on the other one are
and
nice,
that is fat, and that's where he sits. And this to me is a pencil school child rocket. Sketch done. This would be the rocket people sketch just without even knowing what it is, right? And that's okay. But somehow this is more boring to me than the other one. What do you think?
It's flashier and showier. I like the checkerboard pattern, but
it's just generic, the rocket, to me.
They're both on the same scale.
Okay.
They're both going to be the same.
But I do like the other one more. Oh, see, you make us think.
My brain is exploding right now.
Can I just point out, this is we've packed the lower ranks so much, and ANS barely been touched. Love it.
All right, well, here comes an S tier, obviously. This is Olivia's Magic School Bus. This is, of course, the Star Trek-esque version of the Magic School Bus.
Yep.
It's it's like the Care Bear version. Have you seen the Care Bear Enterprise? There's a Care Bear special.
I haven't.
Yeah, it's this, just with like star shaped.
Ah.
Yeah.
So much love in that saucer section. Jesus.
This is a D, just because it's fine. It's trying. It's trying to tell us what they're talking about, and if you know, you know. And if you don't, you go. That looks pretty cool.
Stuart, it's my favourite episode of this show. Because it's a space episode with the Enterprise. And I was so happy when I saw this when I was like 6. Absolutely deserves a C, because this is a creative, fun way of doing this. It has a lot of character.
Cool. Well, let's see that.
Absolutely a C. No question.
Miss Frizzle, though, she gets at least a B.
Or a D, depending on your mood.
Wow.
And because the thing is, right, is that they could have just had the bus with like wings or rockets on top. This is a redesigned ship.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100% a C. Olivia.
I knew that was going to happen. That's why I said it.
That is truly hilarious. Well done. Well done.
Classic for real, $15. Wow, $5 for the ZGMFX10A. Oh, I forgot the dash. Dash X10A. Google it, Sam. Yeah.
Yep.
Bitch. Google it. And $10 to bump it up 2 tiers.
Fair.
For fuck's sakes.
Fair.
So which one is this now?
It's
This
the
is the. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Well, he knew. He knew. He was playing the game, right? He knew. It's
hate Gundam.
It's
That's another
everything.
thing. Every Wonderfest, there's a huge Gundam fucking and intricate. Some are huge. Some are lit. I don't give a flying fuck. I just walk right by them.
You knew.
Cool.
You knew. Yeah, it's so generic. Except the fact that the blue and red is cool and the head's okay. But it looks like every single Gundam, every single thinner version of a Megazord from...
Yeah.
It's every single version. I mean, it is nothing special about it in terms of my personal look.
So it's H tier, and the $10 will bump it up 2 tiers to F. Sweet. We got that sorted. Good.
Play the game right back at you.
You didn't know there was an H tier. It's just off the board.
It's so rare. See, I would have said J for generic.
Generic's a G, just for the record.
I said G. What do you do? I said G. G for generic. No, I would have said a D because it doesn't deserve an F because that's mean. Because it's better. It's a better design than everything in F. But
I want to put it up to B. Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's just so generic. I mean, it's a cool Megazord from Transformers.
Is it a spaceship though? Does it classify?
Probably. All else we do is be in space, right?
Because of your extra money, it's sitting there at B. There you go. Hope you're happy. Because I certainly am.
I think we're all very happy right now.
Squadra Course, $2. Sol Blanca Starship anime of the same name.
I love the fact that we're throwing interesting ones.
Oh, this isn't bad. This looks like Armored Voyager a little bit at first glance.
Just what they were going for.
This shape looks familiar. It's kind of cool.
It reminds me of the Sequest ship, but added other stuff.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the scale, because it could easily be a one-man fighter. Let me Google it again, because also one of the views, this is the clearest view, but there are other views available. This was called the Sol Bionic Starship. Interesting name. Yeah, because there's a few other good views, and a few other things that are but aren't this. And this is obviously I just want to go over the classic one from the anime. So this is a Sol class frigate. Is a lost ship of the bygone human civilization. Its construction and technology are marvels of engineering and scientific mystery. Ships of this class are generally named with the Sol prefix naming scheme. Sol Bionic is the only known ship of the class still in use. There are rumours there's one more similar ship. It is 487 meters long. Wow. That's quite a lot.
That's a lot of meters.
Yeah. And it's got a dimensional warp drive. So fuck off Starfire, am I right?
Dimensional, wow.
That's quite good at dimensional warp drive, though, in fairness. The Battle of Tress. Pirate Satellite Garanziu. The bridge is a 3-deck, high half spherical room with a large wall screen. What do you think, Stuart? I mean,
That deserves at least a C.
Yeah, it's a C. It's a gentle C. It's always funny how Google, which you'd think would have every picture available, and it doesn't
But
have.
They have to be tagged properly for that to happen.
Well, indeed.
That's why when I tag our videos, I put in common spelling mistakes that people make when they look shit up. Like Khan, K-A-H-N. No, it's right in the title. Khan is K-H-A-N, not K-A-H-N. So anyway, yeah, put in misspellings in your tags if you really want your shit to be found. Just saying. All right, moving on. Classic for real, $5. $5 to bump up Magic School Bus a tier for Olivia. Ooh, it's right beside Gundam Man.
And I have a great idea as well. So, take the next one. You'll enjoy this in a second.
Oh, yay. Classic for real, $2. $2 for Stuart to take a shot afterwards to feel great. I don't have any alcohol down here, so thank you. I'll take a shot later. Mark Lawrence, $5. Going to go with an oddball, the Signis from Saga Frontier. Is that up here? Do we have it?
Yes.
Is that it there? This? It's a Boyd. It's a Swan, specifically. I do like the Deradex styled head there with the different windows. It's cool. I don't know how practical it is, but it's neat. It's a bird, man. Gotta give him props I'll give him a D for creativity.
Yeah, if their wings had more going on that weren't just wings. I quite like the robot middle. It's actually a nicely balanced piece. But the fact that all the wings are just wings, yeah, I mean, I would say very high D, and it would not take much to make it a C, but the creativity, they kind of dropped it a little bit. Like, I can imagine this lands like a bird, where the legs come out like a bird of prey, and, like, sits on them, and like, the neck goes up, and it's like, yeah, that's a bit gimmicky, right?
So yeah, a D it is. Try to scale her down here. D. Undo that, Stuart. There you go. All right, D. Perfect. All right, what's next? Olivia, $5. The Care Bear Enterprise. Care Bear Countdown. I actually have this on DVD. I also have the Alvin and Chipmunks Star Trek one on DVD as well.
I was convinced you were going to say I have this as a miniature. I was convinced you were going to say that.
I collect these one-off Star Trek parody DVDs if I find them. So
yes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Enterprise turned into Care Bear language, which is hearts and stars, and oh my. I think works really well. It's a cool look. Star-shaped engines and a heart-shaped saucer.
I think you are right to feel awkward. This does work quite well, considering. Yeah.
It's better than the Magic School Bus version.
Disagree. I think the heart saucer. This is a joke. The other one's a design. There is a
Okay.
difference. This is clever as a joke, but the other one's a real design. But I do think this is funny, although... I mean, that's Stuart. The propulsion doesn't come from the back of the cells. I mean, what the fuck is that? I would give this a very pleasant C. This is surprisingly well working.
We should just do a live talking about adaptations of the Enterprise.
We should. All right, Stuart, I want you to, while I put some people have been amazing to put new things in, absolutely phenomenal. I sent you something on Facebook, created for you to say. I asked ChatGPT, I know what you're going to say, what you'd say if you asked to review the Andromeda in a live talking about ships. Using only stuff you would say.
Okay.
So read out the script I just sent you on Facebook. As much as you want, it's quite long, so whatever you want. But let's see how accurate it is.
All right, everyone. So today we're going to talk about the Andromeda Ascendant from Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda. Now, right off the bat, I have to say this. This is a ship that stands out in a lot of ways. First of all, it's a military ship through and through. No question about it. About it, I should say. They got that wrong. The design is sleek, almost elegant, but at the same time, it's definitely built for battle. You can see in the aggressive lines, the weapons pods, and even just the overall shape of the hull. I've always appreciated how different the ship was from the kind we see in Star Trek. Whereas Starfleet ships are all about balance. They need to be scientific, exploratory, and yes, combat ready when necessary. The Andromeda Ascendant is unapologetically a warship, and that fits perfectly with the tone of the show. It's part of this grand high guard fleet that's all about maintaining peace through strength. Which is a stark contrast to Starfleet's more diplomatic approach. Should I continue?
Up to you. I'm just including other people's submissions.
But what really makes the Andromeda unique is that it's a sentient ship. Now, that's something we don't see often in Star Trek. Not at this level, anyway. Sure, we've got advanced AIs like the Enterprise's computer, but Andromeda takes that to a whole new level. She's not just a ship with an AI. She's a fully autonomous character with personality. And I think that adds a whole new dimension to how we look at starships. The fact that she can project herself as an avatar Romney and interact with the crew, how cool is that? How much does that interaction go, though? Because I'd love to bang a starship. It really makes you wonder about the balance of power between a ship and its captain. Is the ship serving the crew, or are they really just along for the ride? Almost done, guys. It's like 3 more paragraphs. From a tactical perspective, the ship is loaded. It's got powerful energy weapons, missile launchers, and some serious defensive capabilities. It's clearly designed to handle itself in a fight, which is exactly what you'd expect from a high guard warship. I think that's what I like most about it, the fact that it knows exactly what it is. No pretense, no mixed mission profiles. It's there to dominate any battlefield it finds itself in. Visually, I've always thought the Andromeda was stunning. No, this is not me talking. It's a beautiful blend of futuristic aesthetics and hardcore military edge. That long, sweeping lines make it look fast and nimble. But at the same time, you can tell this thing is heavily armored and ready for action. It's not as bulky as something like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars, but it's got that same level of intimidation. It doesn't, though. All in all, the Andromeda Ascendant is a masterpiece of design for the kind of show it's in. It's not trying to be a science vessel or diplomatic flagship. It's a ship built for war, and it's proud of that. As a fan of a starship design, I have to respect that. Yay!
So, Stuart, how accurate was ChatGPT expressing your thoughts on Andromeda Ascendant?
I mean, it got a lot of the wording that I'd use, like right off the bat, stuff like that. Love that.
Gotta say, it never said you loved it. You flamboyantly went around the conversation a bit.
You know what this looks like? Charles Xavier's cerebral machine.
Even the colours. Even the colours.
Yeah. Are we ranking
No,
this?
I just wanted to throw that in. Hey,
Get out of
they
here.
have to tell us to be there.
Get out of there.
That's
All
interesting. I thought it was either going to say you loved it because positivity is good, or be like, it knew you hated it because you said it once. Not hated it, but disliked it overall. Okay, interesting. Hey, good points,
It's cool. It's cool, but it's a bit shit. As Sam.
Hey!
Classic for
My
real.
line. I remember that. You laughed so hard at that.
$10. $5 for Hyper Ganko. You'll probably have to Google. Plus another $5 to bump up. All right, so what's Hyper Ganko? Sounds like an insurance company. Right down the street from Gecko. F.
No. F then.
I'll let it go to D, but
There you go. I mean, do you want to give a D, give it a D, Stuart. Don't let me hold you back from giving it the D.
I mean, I might give it the D. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a thing that exists in the internet. I guess there are rocket launchers. I thought it was a person with stuff attached until I, was forced to review it by them. It's not great, but she's kind of pretty in the sense that she isn't taking the F. She's only taking the D.
Now we're just getting to the point where everything's silly and people are like, oh, add this and bump it up 15 spots. It's like, jeez.
I mean, they are curveballs, and I like curveballs because it's.
I do too sometimes.
I mean, the Care Bear one's pretty great.
Yes.
That's a pretty great one.
Squadra Course, $2. Ryu tree ship from the Tech There you go.
That's a lot of text you wrote, goodness.
Right, it is. Come on, move down. There you go. Hey, you can do it. Hey, it's a throwing star or a caltrop.
I was about to say it's a throwing star with an extra knock thing, yeah. I wouldn't want to fight it, right?
I don't know.
I do think my 3 bottle could probably build that in about 20 minutes as well. Not that I'm saying it's therefore good or bad, but
Is it a ship?
apparently.
Is it a weapon?
Apparently. I'm going to give this one an F because it is not effing interesting enough. I don't dislike it, but it's just a shape.
Generation Productions, we are not talking mechs now, so no.
Although that would be, in any sense, not that we necessarily care too much, but best mechs, where we might not necessarily know any of them, but like, how do rank mech designs without any knowledge of mechs?
I want to do a droids one.
Yeah,
droids.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Droids, which I'd include mechs in that. Sure.
Okay. I mean,
But yes, that could be a future one.
yeah, I forgot you said droids. Olivia would be annoying and put every single R unit. The blue one, the red one, the green one, the gold one. I mean, there'll be some rankings.
Speaking of Olivia,
Oh.
$5. Dave from the movie Meet Dave.
I mean, you know what? Pretty good looking ship. Is it a spaceship though? Does Dave go to space? I don't think Dave goes to space. I think Dave stays on the planet.
It can teeter off the edge of F here because what the fuck? Is it a ship? Like, is it? I don't even know what is happening right now.
I believe I've seen part of the movie, which is in itself a ringing endorsement, but it's amazing how some actors just do odd things. Meet Dave, 5.1 on IMDb. Meet Dave is an American sci-fi comedy directed by Brian Robbins.
Good job.
It had a $60 million budget. It raised $50 million, so it couldn't even. So it lost about $50 million. Oh no, it is. No, it is an alien spacecraft, so it does factor in. So it can't be F by definition. It is a spacecraft. Is there any other ship? Oh, the love interest is a cutie. So actually has some points, right?
Moving on.
Oh no,
All right.
the bridge is quite cool. It's actually his head, and there's some very Star Trek looking consoles. Give it a D, Stuart. Give it a D. Like, at least they tried in their design work, right? They hired a good looking actor.
I'm not giving it a D. I'll give it an F.
I tried. He has 4 pockets. You know, it's 8 pockets on 7 pockets on his uniform. Okay.
All right. Benjamin Stone, $5. I think you've covered this one before, but the Lifeforce vampire ship. How creeped out were you when it turned up? I don't know what that word is. So,
Ominaru?
I think the Lifeforce ship is cool. It is very sinister looking. It gives off that horror, like haunted house in space vibe. Kind of along the along the same lines as Event Horizon.
Oh, yeah.
Those claws, that thing at the back, yeah, it's look at that. It's a Fleet Yards episode. Go watch it. I've talked about this before.
Whoever those guys are, go give them a watch. Free plug. Hopefully they don't copyright strike us for including their picture in the thumbnail and the whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's an interesting ship, and yeah, hidden in the tail of Halley's Comet. That's another nice little bonus thing there. So
I believe Lifeforce came out on 4K. I believe I remember seeing it recently being talked about.
probably yes. I got the Blu-ray, which is great.
I remember thinking I should watch it because it came out. I believe it's in 4K, which definitely makes it even more watchable. The thing is, though, it's a giant tree. It's a giant vampire tree, is what it looks like to me. Not the most interesting thing in the world.
Right, I know.
And is it even a ship or is it an organic thing?
Oh, it's a ship.
Okay. Oh my god. One of the versions of Lifeforce 4K has boobs on the front of the actual thing.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's the German
Matilda
version.
May is her name, the actress, and she's fantastic. Naked through the entire thing, pretty much. So.
Oh, right. Oh, a lot of them covers for this. Boy, the 4K is very expensive. It's like 85 Canadian on eBay. It's not limited run.
I'll give this a D.
I would agree. It's not quite there. It's not quite there. But I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And appreciating is half the battle. Oh, maybe not quite.
Where did we put this thing? This thing.
Oh, F.
Ah,
It's
perfect.
just shapes.
And so's Eddie Murphy.
Generations. It's Lifeforce is what happens if in the MC Venom got a ship.
Not wrong.
Right, last 18
Alright,
minutes,
well-
guys. Do you have any A's for us that you
Well, hold
think
on.
we'll think? Oh.
Dan said we got his Planet Express ship wrong. He said look up the new one. So we gotta look up the new one.
And that's what I googled, and that's what came up. So we do a second Google.
Yeah, so any more ships would be great, but we're gonna call it soon, or it'll be the last one because we gotta wrap it up. So, but anyway, yes.
Oh, I think that it was a joke, which is why it. Okay. Every single picture is the Planet Express, except the first one, which is not. And I therefore didn't see it because I thought it was something else, because every other picture is the normal one. Goodness. Oh dear. Damn, that's a very Olivia move right there. You'll see why in a second. As he uses multiple. There we go, the brand new one. No joke. You know, it is a joke in the show.
What's that?
That is an F tier, Stuart. Congratulations. We did it.
Looks like a dumpster, a Cybertruck, and a Type F shuttle had a baby.
And it was a deformed baby as well.
It's awful. All right, Classic for Real throws in $10. $5 got to bump up Hyper Ganko, and the rest bump up Dave for a little bit. Oh, for fuck's sakes. So this fucking thing goes up here.
Huzzah!
And people coming into this later, like thinking it's a serious discussion, be like, "What the fuck?"
What's most of it?
Anyway, there you go.
Look,
there's your bumps.
We are known for controversial opinions. Like Dave is one of the top starships of a certain class of thing. You know, controversial opinions are known.
And the best science fiction movie of all time.
You have to pay to say that. That was just you. Just you.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I mean, it's true. Like clearly.
You definitely seen it a couple of times. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
But guys, we went 3 more suggestions, and then we can close out. So I think that'll be a tremendous note. Again, really appreciate the absolute wonderful variety of this, because really interesting. But no Marvel ships, no Halo ships, no Battlestar ships. I mean, really interesting variety, of course, but it's interesting how many people miss any Stargate.
Firefly wasn't mentioned.
Yeah, no Stargate. Hey, again, this is amazing, but yeah, no, none of the very famous ones except X-Wing.
Ray Ricks, £5. Okay, fine. Talk about the Falcon.
He begrudgingly.
Falcon. Is it the Falcon or the Falcon?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I would have had it. Of course I did. It's like Han or Han. I mean, Leia or Leia. I mean, it's BS. Both are true.
Luke or Luke? Luke. Vader or
Obi-Wan or Obi-Wan or whatever. Yes.
Falcon. It is S tier. It is a amazing ship and very iconic, and just the sound that it goes when it goes by camera. There's so much to love about the Falcon, except for Lando's version. Lando's version was great, except for the escape pod,
which was the thing it added.
Get the fuck out of there with that. But seeing it new and pristine was kind of nice.
I liked the interiors. They were the padding and that was kind of nice.
Yes.
More
100%.
generic, but I get it.
Then the question arises: what was Han and Chewie smuggling? Coffee grounds and piss.
Look, Rhodians get real dirty when they travel for more than 10 minutes in a spaceship, so that is just natural happenstance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a beautiful ship. I mean, there's a reason why it's sci-fi royalty. Not just because when it came out, of course, it was presented in a film which took visual effects to the next level, lighting to the next level. It felt real at the time, and even watching the movies now, it's obviously miniature, but it's lit so well and so cleverly that you're like, oh, that's a real ship. A real miniature ship, but still. It's got a lot of character, personality. Doing a non-symmetrical is a bold choice. I love the wraparound engine. That is super unique. It's been done afterwards, but I don't remember anything doing it before that.
Round radar dish, though, not rectangular.
Both are fine, but this fits better with the circle of the cockpit to the circle of the thing. Well, I love... At one point, I was going to try and research the cockpit of the Falcon, and it's amazing to see how shit on the walls it is. Just throw buttons, and it's not very well thought out, but it looks great. It's just this is just what you do is being clever, right? Yeah, it's iconic. It's a truly beautiful piece. It looks great in motion. I mean, it's shockingly good in motion. I mean, when it did this, and it feels good, most things can't do that. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously an S. It deserves to be a very well respected S. Wow, what a slew of colours. My goodness, guys. Thanks so much.
Olivia, $2, redacted.
F.
She just puts it in the same one as her next one. It's fine. Classic for real, $15.
Oh, wow.
Hyper Geka Gaga Boba Jiggy. The proper S tier, please.
Okay. I mean, you
right
might...
beside the Falcon, because it's just as iconic. It's just fucking amazing.
I mean, it's close.
Seems legit. All right, cool. Olivia Julius, $5. The Flintstones Enterprise. Oh yes, Flintstone Enterprise.
Which I have found, but it took me a while to find this because it's not quickly Googleable. So give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. So go ahead and poll, guys. 61 votes. Can we get any more? I don't know. That'd be great. It was. Oh, it's almost a two-way tie.
Ooh.
So anyway,
And a brief little public service announcement. The last weekend of the month, which is not this coming weekend, the weekend after, the 28th or 29th, Maria will be joining us for a birthday drunk yards for her birthday. It is her 30th birthday, and we're going to celebrate. We're going to work with you guys to celebrate it. Which will be very nice. She now has, literally since the last time we did a live, she's now gained several new Starfleet uniforms for filming needs. Needs, I tell you, needs. So we're going to offer that as a fun thing. And you know she's not the most fond of that sort of stuff, but drink a bit, and she's great for that sort of stuff. And she'll be, talking Trek, talking all things. Maybe we could do one of this. Have her review certain ships again. Also, give her some alcohol to think more randomly. She'll have some ideas. And she, attractive lady in TOS uniform. What's not to love, right? So yeah, that'll be one of those days. And we're going to try this new thing where we're going to have basically a keg. So we bought this. Basically, it's a summer party drink container thing. So we're going to do it whereby you all, there's be like a separate super chat amount thing where you can add a hard liquor to basically a keg, and then that'll fill up. And then you can say drink from the keg. So we have our normal drinks or a special like mixed drink keg thing, which will have fresh fruit and it'll be like a fancy thing. But you can keep making it stronger, aggressively stronger, and that'll obviously be silly and funny. And then you'll just see us like pour it from the keg, and I might have like a keg cam. So I've got two cameras. So there might be some. It'll be a bit sillier one because it's a birthday. So that'll be kind of the end of the month. So join in for that. And she's a ton of fun. She's a ton of fun with a few drinks. So
You shouldn't call her fat, Sam. That's not really nice.
Oh.
Flintstones Enterprise. It's made of wood, and
Yes?
it's not really a Flintstone Enterprise. It's a comic series called Stone Trek, but
Oh, is that not the right thing then?
I have no idea. I don't really care at this point.
The only one I could find.
This is a C.
It's pretty good, yeah. I'd give it a C too. I mean, how much better can you get for this? I mean, it's kind of epitome of the style, I'll be honest. Ha! Didn't think we were going to give it that high, did you guys? Haha! We curveballed you!
Aha. Mark Lawrence, $5. Mikagami from Tensho Muyu. The main weapon is surrender or die. Commanded by the Devil Princess of Jirai, Lady Sito. Fun stuff. The best of the coolest stuff. Wow. This reminds me of something. An alright ship.
Well, yes, but no. This to me is very similar.
It's a 32nd century ship because all the pieces are detached.
We did it.
Thank you very much.
We got there. You'll be here all week, won't you, Stuart? Oh yeah, speaking of, lives this week are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Jump in those days. Have some with us. This has been a lot of fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying this, so jump in.
Yes.
This to me looks very similar to a Halo. What are they called? The Forerunners. Their art design. I mean, I kind of like it for as dumb as it is because of just it's a stylistic choice, right? It's a thing with thing. But you know what? I kind of like it. Give it a C. I think it has a certain structure I kind of like.
Yeah. Colors.
Yeah, it just a gut reaction, right? I mean, it's more interesting than two rockets.
He is the animated tier.
Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah, wow, 4 in a row. Oh wow, 5, 6. Gosh, yeah. Vulcan Star Drive. Benjamin, what are the topics? We're not quite sure yet. We have some potentials. We're depending what we want to jump on with first. Also, how big this was, because you guys are really. We know you guys love ships, so we always like doing ship things. Not 100% sure yet. Aussie,
All right.
we run. Yes.
Squadron cars. $2. I said Ryu. Oh, you good Ryu Oki.
I went for the ship. There you go. There's the other thing that it says that it might be.
Let's see. I mean, that's canon now because C is the animated tier. And it just goes the last one we looked at, just in a different way. Looks like a skeleton. Bones.
This is less consistent, but it is more interesting. So, yes. I would agree, C. That is at a fine margin. Interesting. Oh, C is packed to the brim.
Well, it's brim to the pack. There. That's better. Fit a few more to this. That's the one. Yeah.
Ah. All right. That's the end of the today's thing. That is a. No one loves Stargate. Apparently, that's what I'm learning.
Yeah, it's kind of shit. So. I mean, the show's good. The ships are. It's fine.
And on our poll, 64 votes. The winner is. Oh, it's been a. Wow, it has been a fight. The winner is now Battlestar Galactica, which has now won at 30%. And I've got some clear other ones. Be it Babylon 5 went down from 31% where it originally was, down to 28%. At second place, Stargate Atlantean, which is Ancients, 22%. And Star Wars gained ground on everyone else and got to 20%. So that is a very...
It's so close, all of them.
Damn. See, I thought people might have said X-Wing and give X-Wing and A-Wing be enough to kind of give Star Wars, but hey, no, people said no. People said no. Thanks, Squadron. You do indeed.
That's interesting. Yeah, so we're not sure what our lives will be tomorrow or Thursday, but there'll be something good. And even if they're not, I mean, we'll still be here. So you can come see us and talk to us.
Yeah. And Han says, which BSG ships are sleek, though? Sexy, yes, but sleek. I mean, Apollo's Viper is very sleek. I'd argue the normal Viper's sleek. Some of the fleet ships, the more civilian ones, are sleek. I mean, they're very, very sleek.
There's a lot of sleek ones.
I mean, that's enough, right? 4 or 5.
President's ship.
They're sleekish, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, how many Star Wars ships are sleek? You know, because they get Rebel.
10.
Well, there you go. Oh, damn. Yeah.
Battlestars are sleek. Battlestars themselves are sleek.
Well, they're a bulky sleek.
They are. Yeah, but they're still sleek.
Well, indeed.
They're not a brick. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. They are still grey.
Sure.
And platy. Hi, Jason. Yeah, Olympic carriers just lean to blew it up. Yeah, R.I.P. Never forget.
Rip, man.
Ah.
All right, I think we're done for today.
Beautiful.
Sorry, because I'm starting to cough more and I'm getting a headache. I love you guys. You gave me a headache. Maybe that was just Sam.
I was a lot to talk about, in fairness. You threw a lot at us there. So yeah.
It was fun.
Join us back tomorrow, same time, same place. You guys know. Hope to see everyone there for another discussion on something fun and Trek or not Trek. Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys later. Till then, he's Commander Cock.
He's got a Foley. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.